If you're looking for ways to find cash buyers for your real estate wholesale deal during this shifting market, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I'll be giving you my top 5 tips on how you can find quality cash buyers to get your wholesale deals closed during these times. Let's get into it. Now, the very first tip that I want to give to you to help you find cash buyers is using PropStream. Listen, I still use PropStream to find my cash buyers, and guess what? In the shifting market, it's still going to work. What I recommend you doing is that subject property that you currently have in a contract, go ahead and pull all the cash buyers in that particular county and skip trace that data. And what you can do, you can send out text messages to those phone numbers that's on that list. You can send ringless voicemails. You can cold call each of those phone numbers to make sure that you have the correct buyer, or you can send direct mail pieces. Now, in a shifting market like the market that we're in, you may have to even take that list and dial these particular cash buyers one by one to see if they are currently buying, because if they bought a year ago, the market a year ago is different from the market today. So you just want to verify that they still are buying, what type of properties they're looking for, what area they're looking to be in, and whenever that time comes, of course, you still have to vet them a little bit more before you just send the property over to them. But you have a list that you are starting to build of cash buyers that will be willing to buy in the area that you putting properties under contract in. And this can all be done in PropStream. You can skip trace in PropStream, and you can pull your cash buyers in PropStream, and you will have 10,000 records that you can pull to actually get that done. And another thing that I also recommend is to please make sure that whenever you pull in the cash buyers, that if you pull a cash buyers list that you want to skip trace, make sure that you separate the individual cash buyers from the LLC cash buyers, because we don't want to be out here skip tracing LLCs, because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get the correct number for an LLC that you're skip tracing. That particular data, what I would do is find out who owns those LLCs, and once you figure that out, then you skip trace that data. So it will take a little bit more time, but if you need to find buyers, you're going to do whatever you have to do in order to get that done. Now, if you're getting any value from this content, please just hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, because if you subscribe, it's going to help the channel out a lot, and that's going to push it out to a larger audience so we can help more new wholesalers or wholesalers that just need help in general. Now, let's get back into the video. Now, the second tip that we're getting ready to get into is crucial too, especially if you're getting ready to go into virtual markets. My second tip is using realtors to get your deal sold. Even in shifting markets, realtors have built relationships with investor buyers that are willing to maybe even pay a little bit more than what cash buyers will pay that you pull off of PropStream. Now, that's not necessarily going to happen, but in a shifting market, if they have a list of buyers and you're going into a virtual market that you've never been in, what you can do, you can let the realtor put their fee on top of your asking price, and you have to give them that room to where it still makes sense. And what they'll do, they pretty much handle getting their buyers out to the property and letting them go into the property and see if they'll be interested in it. Once they do have a buyer that's interested, guess what? That is a new verified buyer that you have in that particular market that you can sell your wholesale deals to in this shifting market. And the way that you can find realtors that may have cash buyers is also inside of PropStream as well too, just by looking at the flipper data. If you go to the flipper data, you will notice that most of the properties that's under the flipper data tab that's in the filters are LLC buyers, and under that in the descriptions you'll see that there is a real estate agent that has that LLC buyer property listed for sale. That's how you know that those realtors are working with cash buyers or investor buyers in that particular area. Another way that you can also work with realtors that are actually free is if you go to realtor.com and you click on realtors with buyers. All the top realtors that may be working with cash buyers are gonna pull up on that list of realtors. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna sit one by one, or if you have a VA, let your VA sit and call one by one and talk to each individual realtor and let them know what you're trying to do and how you will compensate them for actually helping you get your deal sold. But like I said, the most important thing in this situation is you'll be able to walk away after you sell the property to their cash buyers with that cash buyer information. So then you can just continue to wholesale your deals to those particular cash buyers during this shifting market. Now, the third way that you can get your deals sold during the shifting market is with a JV partner. Listen, don't rule out JV partners, because if you can find a wholesaler that is doing a lot of deals in a particular area that you're going in, or in your local area, if you partner with them, that's going to give you access to their cash buyers. They will have buyers that probably was buying all of their deals, and now guess what? You have that same access to them now. And just think about it. If you had a deal that is worth $10,000 and you can't find a buyer, but you know if you can find a wholesaler that is doing deals in a particular area that you want to do deals in, and they bring the buyer to the table, they get the buyer into the property, they handle everything as the boots on the ground for you, and you split everything 50-50, one thing that is going to do is going to give you more time to generate more leads in your business and lock up more deals. And that back-end disposition stuff that you normally have to do, they are taking care of all that. So basically, yeah, you have to split it down the middle 50-50, but guess what? You'll be better off walking away with 5,000 instead of walking away with 0. And I know you probably like, how in the world do I find a JV partner to help JV a deal? The easiest way to do it is social media. Social media is just so powerful because you can find someone out here that's doing deals in a market that you want to go in, that has the cash buyers list that you're looking for. And in a shifting market, if they built numerous relationships in that market, you better believe they'll be able to get the deal sold as long as it's a deal. So what I recommend you do is go on Facebook, go on Instagram, search wholesale and search real estate investing groups, and look in those groups and see who's doing deals. And those are the wholesalers that you would want to work with, that will take the disposition side of the deal out for you so you can focus on more deals. And guess what? At the end of the day, you may not walk away with 10,000, but you still will walk away with 5,000 and a cash buyer that's currently in the market. So the next deal that you put on the contract, you'll have that particular wholesaler cash buyers. The fourth way that you can find cash buyers is through your local courthouse. If you're wholesaling in your backyard, there's no reason why you shouldn't be up at your courthouse building your buyers list and pulling other lists as well too. Now in my county, what you can do, you can go up to the local courthouse, you can go to the area where all the pre-foreclosure documents and everything are held. You can pull a book that will show you what the buyers are currently bidding on a certain property. And another thing, that particular property that they bidding on could be a potential lead for you. And if you know that a buyer is willing to pay $200,000 for a property, you can go to that particular seller and say, hey, I can give you $180 for your property in 10 to 15 days and stop the foreclosure process. And guess what? You know that this particular buyer is willing to pay $200,000. The good thing about this is you know that this buyer is paying cash, because whenever you buy from the auction, you have to pay cash, and you know that they are actually a quality buyer. So if you can, just spend time up at your courthouse figuring out the buyers that's buying at the auction. And you don't have to just take them pre-foreclosure properties, because most likely they're looking for any property that they can get their hands on. And the good thing about it is the bids that they're putting it in during this shifting market. So that's how you know they still are out here buying. So take the time to do that. Yeah, it may take a little bit more time to do, but you will have a quality buyer to sell your deals to. Now, the fifth and final way to find your buyers is your real estate meetups in your area. If you don't think cash buyers are at your real estate meetups in your area, you are really tripping. Go online, most likely it'll be online, and look up your real meetups. And every meetup that you can attend, go to it. And definitely, if you have a deal on the contract, take the deal with you and let everyone know in that real meetup that you have a deal on the contract. And if there's any buyers, definitely feel free to meet me in the back of the meeting room and we can discuss the deal. And if you're interested, we can move forward. I can get you into the property so you can take a look at it. And most of the time, yeah, you have other wholesalers there and everything. You got to be careful with that. but you just got to go through the process of vetting your buyers to make sure that they're actually buyers and that they have the cash to purchase it, because you don't want anybody trying to daisy chain your deal or anything. But real meetups is definitely an option that you should consider when trying to find cash buyers during the shifting market, because if they're at that real meetup, they're still interested in investing in real estate. Now, if you're looking for a cold call setup that can help you dial your potential buyers in this shifting market, please feel free to check out my cold calling setup video here, and I'll see you next time.